for another episode of Bulge Khalifa. This morning, back to BULGEness. By that I mean getting back on track. Had a lot going on in the last 2 weeks. Did a lot of tours to the other channels for podcast episodes, talking about this, that, and the other thing. And then, of course, I've taken on a new project, which we'll have to tell you more about as time goes on. But as it stands, keeping up between the job life and the channel life and the car project life and everything in between, it seems like I've had a lot on my plate. I even missed a full week of Bulge Khalifa last week, so as you can imagine, I have had a lot on my plate. Somebody was giving me a comment talking crap. They were like, well, don't say you're gonna do stuff unless you can. I was like, dude, this is just for fun, man. It's not like it's a job. It's not like we're getting paid to show up on Friday and say, yo, get it. But it does feel good to be here on Friday with you guys this close to the end of the week. It's actually pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie. I know that the end of the week is a big time for a lot of people getting ready to catch up on their weekend, get some extra rest, and whatever it is. The weekend is a good thing. In winter season here in the Northwest, we've been having brighter mornings and sunnier days. Today, unfortunately, is not one of those. It's a cold one, a wet one. I'm not even outside right now because of how crappy it is, but just getting ready for the week, or I guess the end of the week here. I technically work on Saturdays, so it's not like I'm getting a real break. I get Sunday off, so I have my workout, and I get some downtime. I think a bunch of car parts are supposed to show up this weekend, so it should be exciting. But anyway, this is all about getting back to BULGEness, and by that I mean getting back on track from coming back from all the podcast episode tour thing, and then also planning for the future. I'm one of the people that believes that the start of the year is in the spring. I think based on my research and based on my understanding, the 1st of April is actually the first of the year. I think that's why they call it April Fool's Day, because it's like, oh, you believe in the new year in the spring, and there's a lot of reasons for it. But anyway, I'm pretty big on the idea of starting over fresh whenever you need to. Sometimes you do need a fresh start, and trying to pick up where you left off just doesn't work. So I've been working for about the last year on my physical fitness journey, and I've come quite a long way without getting too serious about working out or being like a gym rat or anything like that. And I've made some really good progress. There isn't really a before and after picture to share with you guys, because I'm not really here to brag or to show off progress as though it's really just for me to build my temple up, to feel healthy, to feel good about myself, and to make sure I'm honoring and being a good steward with the body that the Lord has given me. I think we all have a responsibility to do that. Whenever it is that we go to reach for another cookie in the pack, like Oreos or whatever, I have to be like, no. I sometimes have to make decisions that seem like really too mature for me with the way that I am, and I'd be like, no, I don't need more cookies. I don't need a bag of peach rings or whatever it is. and I do give myself treats from time to time. I had the big breakfast, what do they call it? The big breakfast with hot cakes from McDonald's yesterday, which is totally like that's not health food, but dude, it was really good. I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time eating it, and yeah, sometimes you gotta treat yourself, so don't feel too bad all the time. Don't beat yourself up a lot, but just think about how big things take small steps to accomplish. Continue chugging on at whatever pace you need. I spent the last year slowly building up my strength and my confidence and feeling a bit better, learning to eat a little bit better, and to really get into a routine of things. Since the 1st is coming up here, April 1st, it's what I believe to be the start of the new year. I'm about to take on a new leaf of serious fitness push, and part of that is going to be documented here on Bulge Khalifa, but the goal is to get to the height of my own physical power and strength. Like, obviously, I've come a long way. I think I'm in the best shape of my life right now, which is nice. At 30, almost 31, to say that I'm doing the best that I have. I'm obviously not old, but a lot of people reach their peak when they're younger, and I had kind of a rougher teenager and early 20s era in my life, because I was smoking cigarettes and drinking and acting bad and doing all kinds of dumb stuff. And it takes a while sometimes for us to turn things around, but I'm feeling much better now. I'm feeling much more confident, feeling way better, like I can take on the world, and all of that is because the Lord has been doing a great work in my life and in my heart. And I hope that the same has been happening with you guys. God is so good, and He can do so many things. He can help you grow and change, and in many ways you'll see that manifest even in your physical life. I have so much more I want to share with you guys and tell you guys about this whole journey of growth and change and becoming the people that God wants us to be. And I think that with this, This is an opportunity to build the temple, to grow and to do more than just sustain or survive, but to exceed, to excel, to bulge. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it's early or late for some people, but early for me, and I got to get ready to get down there to the old grindstone. I got some floors that need cleaning. I got some fields that need maintenance. I got some stuff I got to do because I got to make ends meet. But I'm excited for the weekend. We got a big show tonight with the Rev and Ceiling Fan Man. I hope to see you guys there in the chat. And I'll be hanging around with you guys Sunday for the Sunday service. So with all that being said, guys, continue to drive forward. This is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, right? It's such a good feeling to be almost through the week. Awesome. All right, y'all. Have a good time. Thank you for being here. Once again, this has been another episode of Bulge Khalifa, made possible by the Cult of Khan. That's you guys.